Good afternoon, my name is Nathan Wallen and welcome back to Solent Sports News. 5 goalkeepers have been announced in Thomas Tuchel's historic 35-man England squad. Manchester United's Harry Maguire and Kobbie Mainoo return to the squad, but Trent Alexander-Arnold and Ollie Watkins miss out. This is England's last camp ahead of the Summer's World Cup. The Three Lions host Uruguay and Japan this week.
Kind of split it in 2 camps, which means we invited 19 outfield players and 4 goalkeepers into the first part of the camp, meaning until the match against Uruguay, to give these players a real chance to impress, to also compete, of course, for their ticket to the World Cup. From Saturday morning, Friday evening, Saturday morning, 11 players will join us in camp, and we will then release some players to have a group of 21, 22 outfield players plus goalkeepers to prepare professionally and with full focus for the Japan match.
Mo Salah is set to miss Liverpool's fixture against Brighton tomorrow. Salah picked up an injury midweek against Galatasaray.
And as a result of that, I think you can expect the outcome. So not available for tomorrow. The good thing for Liverpool, for us, is that we go to an international break. The bad thing for Egypt is that he can't go there. But we are hoping also with what Mo has shown in the past that he can recover faster than other players.
The World Indoor Athletic Championships have begun in Poland. Great Britain's Jeremiah Azu has won his 60-metre sprint heat to progress to the semis. Olympic champion Keely Hodgkinson has also run her first heat of the 800 metres, breezing through the semis. In tennis, Britain's Fran Jones has beaten her childhood hero Venus Williams at the Miami Open. It was Jones's first career win in the WTA 1000 and beat the former #1 in straight sets. To rugby, the Red Roses are back together for the first time since their World Cup win. Ahead of their Six Nations campaign, Megan Jones will take over as captain. Former captain Zoe Strafford will miss the Six Nations as she is expecting her first child. In men's rugby, ex-Turf announced forward Ethan Root will be out for at least 6 weeks with a calf injury. The England prop will miss Exeter's European Challenge Cup knockout game against Munster. The Chiefs lost the Prem Cup final against Leicester 66-14 last weekend. In snooker, Ronnie O'Sullivan has set a record for the highest break on the World Tour. He did this by hitting a 153. The normal maximum break in snooker is a 147, but O'Sullivan was given an extra green pool to pot as a red. He then potted all 15 reds, 13 blacks and 2 pinks.
What a very, very special moment it is, whatever happens from here.
Oh,
come on, Ronnie.
Well, what a black to be left to create history. This for the highest break ever in professional snooker. And he's done it! Wow, what a break! From the genius Ronnie O'Sullivan, the highest break we've ever seen in professional snooker, 153.
The biggest weekend in the calendar has officially arrived for UK fight fans. Ollie Sara takes on Wesley Meyer for the vacant bantamweight title at Cage Warriors. The UFC also returns to London on Saturday, with Lorraine Murphy and Movsar Elavev headlining a card stacked with British talent. BBC Radio 1 host Greg James has completed his final day of cycling for Comic Relief. James cycled 1,000 kilometres from Weymouth to Edinburgh, taking 8 straight days. Close to £3 million has been raised so far for charity.
Here we go, the last moment, everybody. Greg James has entered the stadium to the cheers.
Greg, you've done it. Unbelievable.
Oh, this is incredible.
What a really special welcoming for something that has absolutely taken its toll, and he has done so much good for so many people.
I love that. Moment. Look at everybody waving him. He is about to cross that line. Is everybody, we're all in tears here. Yes, Greg!
Well done, Greg James.
Greg, you've done it!
What?
And over to darts now. Gerwyn Price missed 5 match darts to beat world champion Luke Littler in Dublin. Price was 5-0 up but ultimately lost 6-5 to the teenager in an impressive comeback. Ahead of the Carabao Cup against Manchester City, Arsenal, tailgating will now be a criminal offence. This means people will no longer be able to sneak into a football game without a ticket. If caught tailgating, offenders will be handed a fine of up to £1,000 and a banning order of up to 5 years. FIFA have announced that their women's football tournaments, every team must have at least one female head coach or assistant coach. This comes after the 2023 Women's World Cup, where 12 out of 32 head coaches were female. This decision has been made in an effort to try to stop shortages of female coaches in the women's game. In this week's episode of Testing the Difficulty of Sports, Ed Groves gave archery a go. Here's a snippet.
Shoot!
One of the reasons I quite like competing is I really do quite like the adrenaline, and I want to win a lot of things. So at the competition I scored 539, which is an average of 9, which is just the yellow bit or smaller.
The Olympic Games are actively adding new sports to modernise their events. Axe throwing has recently seen a significant rise in popularity, even becoming as competitive as archery. Could we see it sometime at the Olympics soon? Here's a preview of what's to come later.
It's a really cool sport. It's definitely a little bit unconventional, a little bit different, but it's definitely something I'm very interested in. There's some similarities. I think with archery we have very similar targets, but technique-wise they're two completely different things, of course. And then with darts as well, a lot of people come in with the misconception that this is just big darts. I always like to tell them that it's a completely different technique. It's a completely different sport.
This week, Solent Free's football team had a chance to make history after getting promoted to the Men's Western Tier 5 last season. A win would have claimed them to the title and back-to-back promotions.
Unbelievable. Every week we've just found a different way to win, whether that's by doing the basics right or doing the scrappy bits. Or whichever. So
For more live updates, we'll be back at 3:30 this afternoon. Goodbye.